past my reflection, thinking about what you mentioned. It was supposed to be the one to take every last pain away. Nothing on our loving, maybe time told us that we were different. Did it break you down? Staring at the ceiling, fighting off a feeling. One more minute, 'cause I just don't wanna come down. Don't wanna go back to how I used to be.
I don't wanna fight anymore. Just turn around and leave me. The tear in my eye drops on the floor alongside my speed. My knees are drenching in the blood I spill just to get in. When I look around me, everything never pray to God anymore. I'd rather no one hurt me. Redemption, I have waited for you to come and drown all my sin. My knees are drenched in the blood I spilled just to get here. When I look around.
Alrighty, hello everybody. We are starting off today with our, week 7 of the EDL Waveline. As always, this is your host Exernian. I run the stream present twice a week. Obviously, we have the owner, Clutch, and Matt Pizza. So, Clutch, how are you doing tonight? I think this is your first time back onto the EDL stream after
Mhm.
your vacation.
That is true. It is, well, I mean, I was there Monday, but EDL, yes. First time back, had a good time. Went kayaking. Was a lot of fun. Enjoyed it, but back to some EDL. Gotta break down the teams. We got 2 weeks left, so absolute bangers
True.
coming through. More like next week, not really this week. There's still some matches this week.
Yeah, we do have a lot of stuff, coming up still. We've got playoffs, and I mean, it kind of feels like we're slowing down. We're in the last, week of
Mhm.
the regular division games, and next week we're gonna have a cross divisional matchup, so that'll be interesting. Um, yeah, I mean, week 7, it's kind of hard for me to believe we've made it this far. So, Matt Pizza, what are your thoughts then going into this week?
Guys, we're almost done with EDL. What just happened? It still feels like we're going into week 1 for me. I don't know.
Matt
It's
Pizza. Oh my god.
like time flies when you're having fun. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I mean,
Good
it's
though.
again, we're week 7. If it still feels like we're in like week 1 or 2, I don't know where the time goes. But alas, we're here and we'll look at what happened in week 6. So obviously on stream, we had TFA versus Unlucky Esports. It kind of feels like we've dwindled down. We only have 2 series to look at. There are normally supposed to be, I think, 3
6.
series per division. Yeah,
Yeah, so 6.
yeah, and then there are buys that happen and then teams that drop out. So last week was a little unlucky. But last week we did have a member from TFA and Unlucky Esports. We had Queen Frost. The ADC now moved to mid laner for TFA. And we had Major Leg, the support for Unlucky Esports. So obviously this was the stream match. The VOD is still up. Honestly, I predicted this 2-1 for TFA. I didn't know if it was gonna be a win-lose-win or like a lose-win-win, but honestly, I don't really know what to say other than like I kind of saw it coming. I knew that both of these teams, I considered that both of these teams are definitely the top 2 teams in the Lunari division at least. Um, but overall, like it was a really great series played by both teams. So Matt Pizza was actually one of our casters
Yeah.
for that stream. So Matt Pizza, as one of the casters, someone who was kind of forced to watch the series, what were your thoughts?
um, it was a close game, right? Like the game was dictated very early on whether which team would win. Like the smallest gold lead. It was like whichever team basically got first blood ended up winning the game. That small like lead that they get, right? It turns into just a win for them. And like game 1, TFA played really well, right? We see Queen Frost
On
in
the
the mid lane,
Akali. That
the
was a
Akali.
huge pick, I think, for TFA.
That
I didn't
was
expect it, honestly. I thought Queen
yeah.
Frost was definitely like one of the stronger ADCs into the division, and I didn't think, I didn't know what to really expect seeing them play mid, but I don't know. Some of like there were some movements I saw in lane that was like, I don't know if some of that was allowed, and I'm like, this guy is silver, like. Mhm.
For sure. And I mean, yeah, it was just a close game. And then game 2, Unlucky decided to put their foot down and we're like, no, we're not rolling over. We're fighting this. And the Mordekaiser pick out of Lucerus and the Sivir pick out of Rosemary. Those two champs just took over the game. The poke Sivir, the lethality Sivir, just chunking people, and then Lucerus just being the unkillable raid boss Mordekaiser king he was.
Yeah, I think there were some really strong picks we saw, especially like you mentioned, Matt Pizza, the bot lane we saw. Sivir Nautilus, I think, was a huge, huge reason. Like I mentioned in my like really hastily written power rankings, I thought it was a really strong lane. We saw, I think Elite Omega was playing Braum, and he was having a really hard time against the the Nautilus pick, and there's a lot of poke. Like playing Braum into that kind of lane is, not super fun. Yeah, you can break Sivir Boomerang with your shield, but you're very susceptible to being all in yourself. You don't really have any self peel. You can like jump out, press W, but other than that, what can you do? So I think it was really well played by the side of Unlucky Esports, but obviously TFA came ahead. So Clutch, let me double check what you said. So last week you said Unlucky Esports 2-0. So, what
Yeah.
do you think went wrong? Like what happened?
I don't know. I didn't really watch, so I can't really comment. I think TFA is a really good team, though. I had them at like top 2 in the division. I said they were going to be this like underdog team in the division that could be very, very good, or they could be very, very bad. And luckily for them, it panned out. They are pretty damn good. Able to take down Unlucky Esports, very impressive. I know Unlucky Esports moving forward did swap out their roster a little bit because Lucerus, um, I believe, is now sub
Yeah, I think
because
so.
he hit gold. They have other plans for him, so congrats to him. Um, and I mean, I think just TFA must have played a pretty solid game. Like I said, I didn't watch, so I can't really comment too much. But Unlucky Sports is in a good spot for playoffs. I think they should be able to make it. I wouldn't be really, really worried. Um, and they should be able to make it to the semis, I would say. Um, but we'll see. I mean, maybe they get upset. I don't know. I don't think they're playing this week. I think they either have a bye or it's like an FF win.
I think it's an
Um,
FF
and
win.
and
Yeah.
then week 8 they play MIT, which will be a really so got that to look forward to for Unlucky Esports.
Yeah, overall, like I think that TFA and UEA will meet again in the playoffs somewhere. Maybe it's in the finals, maybe it's going to be in the semifinals. I definitely think this is going to be a playoffs matchup again. I think that UEA has probably, like licked their wounds. They've kind of identified what went wrong, what went well, and hopefully, we see some improvement because, like, again, we're at that stage in the season where, if things aren't working, you need to find a fix like as soon as you can, because if you can't, then you're saying goodbye to playoffs and you say goodbye to the season, and and then you just kind of have to close that chapter. And yeah, it really depends. There are a lot of other teams I'm thinking of in the Lunari division, at least, that I think, don't have a lot of time left to try and make what they can of their season. So we have a lot of teams that are 3-2. We have, I think, one, two, three, four teams that are 3-2 in the season. So it's still a very close race. It's a bit tight. Yeah, so it's like you really, really have to try your best to make the playoffs. But other than that, we do have the Solari division and that one one matchup, CPK versus Revolution Esports. So Matt Pizza, you said 2-1 CPK. Is that your like CPK like fanboy talking, or I'm not quite sure.
Break it down.
Listen,
I'll have
listen.
to turn
It,
myself
it
up.
is it is a part of it is the CPK fanboy. Like I listen. I said week 1 CPK they're gonna make it to playoffs, and I'll just be called a liar if I didn't vote for them every single week. And like I mean, you got your abyssal jersey in the mailbox, Exernian. So I got my CPK jersey coming in, and I mean I'm not gonna say it, but somewhat of a logo gap between abyssal and CPK's logo. But
Oh my toxic.
looking
Toxic.
at the game, it you know it was just an unfortunate game
Oh, okay.
for CPK. Um, you know, Red Panda, he did try his hardest, and
Oh my god, he's
Whoa,
trying
that's
so
kind of
hard.
toxic. Okay, sorry. Really quickly, I'm gonna ask Twitch chat. Is my audio fixed? I touched up my. I try to touch up my audio settings a little bit. Maybe like right here. Is this good? Yes? No? I'm asking the Twitch chat. We'll see. Yes, better. Okay, thank you.
yes.
Thank you,
Yeah.
team. All right. Sorry,
Oh.
continue.
Um. Yeah. I do think CPK's drafts do need a little bit more work. I mean, but they're still a strong team. Everyone just woke up on the wrong side of the bed. What can I say?
Okay.
Yeah.
So should I pull up the match history and then
We could just go on to the
Wait.
predictions,
Whoa,
honestly.
whoa. Where's my? Don't we get takes too? Hold on.
No, 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 no. I think we should
Whoa.
just
Don't
go
we
on.
get takes?
I don't know what is up with everyone playing Soraka, but we saw some Soraka gameplay.
Oh!
By the way, if you guys do not know, our friend Clutch here, he was peak. What rank was it again? 6, 7,
Six in NA,
6.
like top 30 in the world.
Woo! We got rank 6,
Yeah,
X rank
oh my
6
god.
X rank
Oh.
6.
Soraka.
Could
Woo!
you give us some Soraka
Sheesh.
coaching, please?
Can I
Live
I don't know
on
how to
air.
play Soraka. Whenever I press W, nothing happens.
Soraka coaching, just hit R.
Ah,
Free LP.
there you go.
It's like Karthus ult, but it heals your team.
True.
And it's instant. It's OP?
We B1 Kaisa that was on CPK. So CPK played the Soraka. They B1 Kaisa and then Rev responded with Nunu and Leona. So Clutch, if you saw a Leona, would you want Soraka into that?
No.
No.
No. That is not fun. You don't get to play the game. If Leona just knows like how to be aggressive at all and has a keyboard, then you lose. Like you seriously are not gonna have a fun time. It's like playing against like Nautilus's Soraka. Like you get hit and you're dead. You actually have no outplay. The only way you live is like at least in the Nautilus, you can sit in the minion wave and like hope he hooks a minion. But against Leona, her E goes through minions. So you're just like you can't even stand there and you're like, oh my god, I don't want to play this game anymore.
Yeah, I'm not sure on the Soraka pick. I'm not sure if it's comfort or maybe we decided we just
I brainwashed.
wanted. Yeah, true. We saw, we had the star
One.
X rank 6 Soraka had to
Yep.
impress him. Get him on the
Get him on the good
good
side.
side.
Yeah.
Exactly. Get on his good side and play some Soraka. Um yeah, honestly, I'm not too sure about the Soraka pick. We finished off the comp with Ornn, Sejuani Tristana. It's not sure where Soraka completely fits into this, but because normally with Kaisa you see a lot of Kaisa, she's a very good diving champion, so I would have expected CPK to maybe play because we see a lot of like Kaisa Nautilus. If Leona wasn't taken, with maybe Kaisa Leona, Kaisa, sometimes we see, just more of the tank engaging style supports. Nothing wrong with playing Soraka in itself,
No.
but I think that's one point in the CPK draft that I would maybe revise, take a look at, think, why did we pick Soraka? And then the next draft, if I can
A little
click
bit
the
better.
link.
Rev picked Nidalee in one, so I mean,
Woo!
they must just be smurfing.
The last time we saw Nidalee on stream, at least, was when Merritt played Nidalee. It was a little bit of a, braver choice. Okay, don't get me wrong. Merritt did quite well in the first half of that game, and then Nidalee falls off a cliff.
Yeah.
That's just the nature of the champion. And then I don't know, it's just everyone always memes about it. They're like, "Oh my god, Nidalee and IBS or like Silver Nidalee," but I didn't think Merritt played bad on the Nidalee. I just think maybe Nidalee just wasn't the play. But overall, I mean, Rev, they picked Nidalee, they got away with it. I don't know, maybe Tex is whispering something in their ears that's some words of motivation to say, don't lose or I'm gonna kick you out. I don't know. But yeah, overall, really great series from Revolution. Okay. I don't know exactly where this puts the Crosspoint Koalamos in the season. They're currently
3-3.
They're
They're
3
out of
and
playoffs.
3. So
Yep.
there is no possible way for them to make playoffs.
No, they can through
Okay.
tiebreakers.
Okay. Because I don't remember
'Cause they
exactly. Because they
they
technically
hold
have the
it against
head
Junior Burgers.
to head.
Against Junior Burgers.
Yeah, that's big.
That's their only, I think, head-to-head they have. Hold on. They have it against Junior Burgers, and they have it against Junior Burgers. I think that's literally it.
Oh no. They
So the
have.
only way they make it in is through Junior Burgers losing and them winning. If Junior Burgers don't lose, then they're in. And CPK has to win against Hyperion, which little sketch. And Junior Burgers has to lose against CB Resurrection, which also.
Ooh, yeah, it's a little.
All I'm saying is, Matt Pizza, your
tight.
team. Good luck defending them later on.
No.
By the way, if you guys don't remember, Matt Pizza himself, he said that CPK was gonna take it all.
Yeah, that is true.
Listen, it's just a combo for the storm, all right? CVK, they have the strategy going on. They're gonna reduce everyone's expectations, then come
Really?
in, boom, 2-0 semis, quarters,
It's not
and
like
3-0
okay,
finals.
it's more so like their their season is like it really comes down to tiebreakers and how everyone else is like,
Yeah, they
having
don't
if
really
it's
have control of their own season. It's like
yeah, it's
you
kind
have
of
to
in the
hope
hands
everyone
of
else
other
screws up.
teams.
You
Yeah.
have literally the only way they make it in. This is the only possible way is if Junior Burgers lose and they win. Like that is it. There's no other way because they don't hold the head-to-head. They lose it against every other team. So they literally have to hope Junior Burgers lose and they win. So it's
Yeah.
like not really in their hands. I mean, yes, I guess you could say winning's in their hands, but if Junior Burgers also win, then like it doesn't matter.
Yeah. But I mean overall good season, I mean they still had a good season and Revolution I think they're still in playoff contention, right? They're 4-2? Yeah.
Yes, they're 4-2. They're in the
So
huge like group.
yeah, so it'll be interesting going into the playoffs. Obviously, Clutch and I picked TFA to win it all back in like week 1. Clutch
Yep.
himself picked
I picked
UEA.
Unlucky. And Matt
So
Pizza picked
pick
CPK,
CPK.
baby.
So
Yeah.
all right, we'll look into predictions now. Obviously, we're gonna see TFA versus Feed the Dream. It's looking a little one-sided this week. So we're just gonna start from the top. Matt Pizza, 2-0 TFA. What do you think are their strong points?
What do I think TFA's strong points are?
Yes, what are TFA's
Um,
strong points?
Definitely Queen Frost in the mid lane now. Now it's a surprising role swap that we saw from the previous weeks, right? We've seen Queen Frost as their ADC, but now Queen Frost is going mid lane, and they have their new ADC, Reno X Kun. This guy, we've seen him play. I
Reno.
think he played in EDL, season 1. Not entirely sure actually,
I
but
think maybe he was a sub. I don't think he was
He was a
a
sub.
start.
He
Yeah, I don't
didn't
think he was
he
start.
on
was
a
a sub.
starting
Okay,
position. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, we have Reno X-Kun as the ADC, and everything else is pretty much normal, the normal TFA roster. Um, my eyes, like I said, are gonna be on Queen Frost and their jungler, TFA Weeaboo, and I want to see what this mid jungle synergy can accomplish. Because I mean, on the streamed match, we saw some great things happen on the Akali. So I'm looking for some more spicy picks like the Akali. Maybe a little like Rise action. Some Doinby Rise hacks going on. I don't,
It's not
all I'm
like
saying.
everyone memes a Rise pick. Yeah.
But yeah, those are my players to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I mentioned before, I definitely think Queen Frost moving to the mid lane is not like an unwelcome um move by any means. It's kind of out of the blue for me at least. But I do think I don't know how to word this. I think it is a good move at least. But it really depends, right? Like you said, Matt Pizza Reno, I didn't really get to see them play, especially in season 1 since they weren't in a starting position. But yeah, I do think they have a lot of other strong points. I mean, Raining Wolves, TFA, Weeaboo Joe, even Elite Omega. Like, I've seen a lot of, I've seen all of their players put in their portion of the work. I don't feel like it's one just carry. I feel like every player puts in what they need to have like one good team. I think TFA just kind of has that recipe for success. But otherwise, Clutch, you also said 2-0 for TFA. Why do you think they're going to beat Feed the Dream?
So TFA is already clinched for playoffs. I didn't write it down because obviously I didn't count next week's matches. But they technically are 5-1, so they're already clinched. They're probably going to get first or second seed. I think Feed the Dream is like a bubble team where you could see them making it in, but you could also see them missing. They're like right on the edge. And I just think TFA overall is just the better team. Now, Feed the Dream isn't a bad team at all. Like you put that team in Solari, and I think they're in the playoff. No diss to Solari, but Solari's not better than Lunari. So TFA, I think, just has too many solid players around the board. I think their jungler is exceptionally well. They have strong soul laners, and now if Queen Frost was going mid and they didn't have a good ADC plays Queen Frost, I could be like, okay, maybe this is concerning. But they brought in Reno, who's an extremely good ADC, and they still have the same support. So like, it's basically a side grade in the mid lane and possibly a side graded AD, and it's like basically the same team that maybe is a little bit better or a little bit worse, but I just don't see how Feed the Dream really can win unless they bring out some cheese or something. But if TFA can beat Unlucky, I'm pretty sure they can. Oops,
Yeah,
my
I'm
mic cut
going
out at the
into
end.
it with the same kind of expectations as you. It's, like you said, I think UEA is a really strong team. I've seen UEA play for a little bit now. Same with Feed the Dream. Feed the Dream is not bad by any means, especially when we saw them against Hyperion. I think that
Yep,
was, I think that was a really
they
big
beat them.
series. Yeah, exactly, and they played really well. My only problem with that now is because of the roster changes. I keep going back to it because I just don't know what that changes about their team and their whole kind of overall synergy. And that's kind of my only concern. I've seen success from this team before, but I don't know if they can replicate it. And I'm always down for the upsets. I like seeing some spicy action. So hopefully, FTD impresses me this week, and we'll see something, a little spicy. But other than that, there's not much else to say about this series. Going into it, there's a lot riding on the line, especially for Feed the Dream. I think their season is, it's cutting it close. You're coming to, you're one of those teams that's 3-2, right? They have the head to head against, I'm trying to remember. They have the head to head against
Hyperion,
Hyperion. They have the head to head against Same Strategy. And, which other team? And one was like one of the free wins, right?
probably.
Yeah, so if they have the head to head for TFA, I think that could be huge into, playoff seeding and, making playoffs itself. It really depends. There's a lot riding on the series for Feed the Dream, so, I'm hoping to see some new strategies or something come out and, you know, overall I would just want to see how they do this series. But we'll look at the next series of this week, and this is our stream match. This is our second series of the week, the only one we're really gonna look at. So we have two really hot takes. Matt Pizza and I were on the same train of thought. I'll start with you, Matt Pizza. 2-1 for same strategy. What's going on?
Okay. Okay. And same strategy. We haven't really talked a lot about them. It's like they're in the league, but they've just been, quietly making a name for themselves, just winning series, but we really haven't like went out and been like, yeah, guys, this series, same strategy is gonna win them. So I plan on being the only one on this side, but then Xernia also decided to hop on as well. So, but it's welcomed. But I was imagining same strategy. They're gonna come in. They're gonna show us
I
some of
whipped
that.
the thing by accident. You guys saw
Oh my
nothing.
god. They're gonna pop up and they're gonna show us some of that synergy and strategy they've been building up throughout this whole entire EDL season. And going up against Hyperion Gaming, right? Uh, and this, I wanna, as a top lane, I wanna look up at this top lane matchup. We have tomorrow going against Swan Ronson. I probably butchered that maybe. Um, but I think for me, that's the matchup I want to watch. I want to see if same strategy is going to be able to beat Hyperion Gaming. And in all honesty, you know, they're I believe in Orbit. I believe in his coaching. I gotta say, but this is more so of like a It's a really hot take, Exonian.
It's a
I,
hot take. It's a I'm
I
in the
don't,
same
yeah, I don't really have much to say,
we
but
don't know. Yeah, I guess we don't.
I just hope, putting my fate in orbit and hoping that he doesn't draft like someone else. Not gonna name names, but
I think Clutch is withholding some information from us again.
is
No, I
he?
just got told it 5 minutes ago, so how am I withholding it?
Oh, he's withholding it because he had 5 minutes to tell us and he didn't.
I can't tell you on stream. I mean, now I can tell you. Well, you guys put same strategy. That's cool and all. But is same strategy going to beat Hyperion's gold bot lane? I don't think so. I mean, you got Attila who's going in AD today, and you have Lo-Fi Foot Fetish who's support. You got Hyperion Origins bot lane playing an EDL. I don't need to say much more. That's it. I'm done. Hyperion's winning. Good luck.
Man, this guy's always withholding information from
I
us.
got. You want to see the screenshot? I got this 5 minutes ago. I can screenshot it for you.
Man,
Here, look at it. I'll put it in content chat so you think I'm not like cheating. Look at this. And by the way, guys, we make our predictions like 2 days before games, basically. We don't make it like an hour before. So like if something happens, we don't change our prediction. So just letting you guys know that like we literally do not change our prediction if something happens. We just stick with it. But there you go. See, look at content chat, guys.
Oh my
So you can't even
goodness.
tell me I was hiding this from 2 days ago. This was literally like 5 minutes ago.
He's been hiding it for 5 minutes.
5
Oh
whole
my God.
minutes.
But I mean, I could also say that I think same strategy is better than the record. I don't actually think they're a 2-3 team. I think they play a lot better than a 2-3 team.
Yeah,
Is
that's
what I
my
will
one
say.
thing with same strategy. I feel like same strategy has been like I say this again and again because I see it every week. I see them, take a game off of really good teams, and they haven't really started being able to cross that finish line just until recently. And I think they still have enough time to save, their season and make it to the playoffs. And I guess, my everyone needs a hot take every week. This is kind of my hot take for the week. Honestly, 2-1, same strategy. This is our stream match, so I'm going to be excited to see if this comes true or not. But again, it's going to be very difficult. Obviously, like Clutch mentioned, the Hyperion gold bot lane is, a force to be reckoned with, definitely. So, Clutch, before you knew about the bot lane, you still said 2-1 for Hyperion.
Yes. Yeah, I think same strategy is not a 2-3 team, and I still think they can take a game. Now obviously this is before the bot lane, so I would change it to 2-0, but I have to defend my 2-1. That I think same strategy is a lot better than teams actually think they are. I mean, even what was it? The week before they beat CB Resurrection, like they actually beat them. This wasn't like an FF win. They did take down CB Resurrection, and CB Resurrection was one of the better teams in the group. People thought. So props to them, and they look good while doing it. So I think same strategy. They do have a chance. They're actually in their past 3 weeks, they're 2-0. They haven't dropped a series. So they started out they literally started out 0-3, and then came back and won 2 in a row. So they're kind of on a hot streak right now. Maybe
As he cuts out.
Gotta love the
I
mic gap.
understand where he's coming from though. Like same strategy again is not a team I think that should be, kind of just brushed aside. Hyperion obviously still coming in very strong. It really depends. It really does depend. It's sometimes I feel like I say like every match just comes down to like who shows up on the better day. Like we can predict and stuff, we can guess like, oh, I think this team's better, but sometimes, stuff happens. We can't predict everything. So, it will be interesting to see. So, Matt Pizza then, what's one kind of strategy or pick you think that could help, you know, Hyperion Shadow actually, no, you voted for same strategy. Sorry. So that could help same strategy beat Hyperion Shadow.
I think you have to be really careful of Attila because this guy is having a lot of success in EGL, right? I think you're gonna have to be careful what ADC gets because like we've seen his Jinx, and that is a really scary Jinx to mess with. Um, I think same strategy needs to either like look to take out those like hyper carry scaling ADCs away from Attila, right? And try to neutralize Attila as best as you can. And with a neutralized ADC, I think they're gonna probably look for like an easiest way I would imagine is like maybe a mid carry, right? Maybe something like the Vector. I would say Corki, but Corki did kind of get nerfed with the Divine Thunder nerfs coming in. So just neutralize the bot lane and look for a carry mid, I think, is a tech that same strategy needs to do.
Yeah, I mean, same strategy. I don't even know exactly if they've identified an exact carry. If they have, you know, if they know exactly. Sorry, I like smack my mic. If they know how to win.
Base boost.
Oh, Mr. Clutch is back. Your
Hello.
internet died. Okay, we'll
Yeah.
let you finish your point. So you're talking about Hyperion and why you think they
Yeah.
will beat same strategy.
Oh, I thought I already got through it. Uh, Team Diff.
Team Diff
There you go. That's all I've got to say.
could definitely be a team diff, but yeah, overall, I mean, it's I think this is going to be a really great series. Sneaking it in there. It's 8 p.m. Eastern, about half an hour from
Yep.
now. So, it was a short pre-game show this week. Obviously not a lot to go over, but I think these are two really great series. There are some big upsets that could happen, and it could really change the playoff picture for every team that's playing this week, and even the teams that aren't. So, it'll be an interesting one. Tonight we do have Clutch and Matt Pizza himself casting the first game. I don't know what's going to be happening after that. We'll see.
I'll solo cast, baby.
Yeah. Throwbacks to the Clutch solo casts.
Oh my god, no.
The good old days.
The good old days. Yeah, we do
Open.
have the Cole cast. Yep. So hopefully we'll see you guys there. Good luck in your series this week. If not, come into the stream. Say hi. I might say hi. I might have a second to take my hands off my keyboard and mouse and say hi in the Twitch chat. Hopefully we'll see you guys there. Sorry it was a short pregame show again, but yeah, we will see you guys 8 p.m. Eastern, Hyperion Shadow versus same strategy.